Good afternoon and good evening. Okay, so we're looking at the gold chart and we're looking at the direction of gold for the coming week, which is the 28th of April, the week. And as we can see, gold took a little dip. Gold went skinny dipping this week, and we can see it took a nice fall, probably due to the trade talk and the fact that US President Trump said that he will be looking at lowering tariffs for China, vice versa, from the ones that they proposed, and that caused gold to drop and hold support at 32.69 level. So that is where gold is. So what are we looking at in the coming week? Well, let me tell you what we're looking at in the coming week. In the coming week, what we're looking at, we're going to find that gold is going to hit. We're expecting the first target on gold is going to be around this region, 33.73.87. So I would mark this as a first target for gold. Let's do this one instead. Let's mark this as a first target for gold, and that's 33.73.87, I believe, or 74 rather. So let's mark this down. That's our first target for gold, 33.74.91. Bullish week ahead, by the way. And our second target for gold, I'm expecting a new high to be put in place. So two scenarios. The first scenario is gold could hit 34.80.09 level. That's the first scenario. Gold could hit that 34.80.09, I believe is a coordinate. Yeah, 34.80.09. That's the first possibility. It could hit that. Gold could go up, hit it, and bounce off it, and then push through, creating a new high. That's what I'm expecting. That's what is on the cards. Let's watch price as it comes through next week, because all we saw is not a bearish. We saw no bearishness in gold in terms of it falling more. What we saw was profit taking. Gold hit a high last week, then we saw profit taking, and in the profit taking session, we saw that people who had entered longs, probably down there somewhere, they wanted to take the profit at the high, which they did. Gold does a pullback, and we are now on the trajectory to go back up. So that's for gold. Let's come look at the Euro USD. What's happening there? Euro USD, again, we have very similar setup to gold, and again with Euro USD, I marked 114.377 as an area where I'm expecting the euro to go as a first target, and I'm expecting the second target for euro in the coming week to be 115.459, and possibly I would even say take this high out. So yeah, euro is going to take the high out next week, coming week. Watch this price. That's for the euro. For the pound USD, if we go look at the pound USD, it's very strong right now as well. And what we find over here in the pound USD is also that we saw a push down. We saw the price pull back up and then drop, then pull back up and drop again. And now we're seeing a recovery of the pound. Technically wise, what we're looking at in the pound is we're looking at just a pullback here, and from here I expect the pound to push higher. Okay, where is higher for the pound? Well, I'm expecting for the pound, the first target for the pound is around this region. That's the first target for the pound, 133.516. There is a fractal here, a zone here that can push price downward, and then I'm gonna expect the price to push up, and is gonna take this high out. Okay, that's what we're expecting, a new high in the pound, potentially hitting the 134.224, and above areas. That's for the pound. So as in the pound, in the Dow Jones, we saw that there was a drop, and then the market recovered somewhat. So let's go back to the Dow Jones YM. Where are we? Oh, US 30. US 30. In the US 30, what we are seeing is, you can see over here there's a gap. Market opened with a bullish gap, and then it pushed higher. Then it came back down to fill the gap, and now the market is on a trajectory going back up. And of course, the market pulled back over here. The market pulled back, and the market now, what are we expecting now? So let's see what we are expecting now. If I can clear the chart, any drawings, what we are expecting for price currently. Let's look at the previous high. The previous highs for the euro these are the previous kind of peaks that we're looking at. I'm expecting the first target in the Dow Jones. I'm expecting it to take this peak here at 43.57. So if I can mark that in the coming week, we want to take this one out. And then after that, I'm also expecting it to fill this area, these wicks. I'm expecting it to fill these wicks as well. Reach that area here. And potentially, I'm not saying it has to, but it could, if depending on the price's behavior. If it's very bullish, we can expect the price to go all the way and take all these these highs out, and that would be the target of the price is here going to be 47.94. So these are kind of the targets that I'm looking at before I see that the price, because the price has to mitigate these regions, that these regions price fell. It did kind of mitigate, it fell again, and then if you notice that this area can receive further mitigation. This area can. So I do expect this area to be retested with price and possibly push through it, because there is also this area, and I believe again, depending on the price's strength, we could even see this area being targeted as well. So that, let's push it higher there. Those are our primary areas for the coming week, and then we'll see what happens after that. Once price gets there, then we can start looking at the further direction. That's for the Dow Jones. The Nasdaq again, similarly, the Nasdaq is, it took a drop, it went up. We can see this week has been recovering again, same kind of setup, gap. It pushes up, it comes back. It did not fill the complete gap. The gap is left for another time, but it continued to move up, and we can see in the Nasdaq is trying to reach this peak here. It's trying to get there, and that may well be the target. Okay, that's a target. Longer, when I say longer, this coming week, this could hit easily. It's not very high. Let's calculate the number of pips. We're looking at 415 points. It's not a huge amount. 415 for Nasdaq, it can do it easily in a day if it wants to. So even in half a day. So I do expect this target to be hit, and then potentially, if we look, there's been quite a bit of fall. Look at this fall, quite a bit, and we have no mitigation here. This area has got no mitigation. So really, ideally, the price should, push up to mitigate this region here. It should mitigate it, and then we'll see what happens after that. So again, I'm not saying that it's going to happen this coming week, that it's going to reach here, but definitely the first target, the first target for us in the Nasdaq is this area, followed by this, and then we'll see what happens after that. So this is the review for this week, the week 28th of April. Subscribe to the channel and like the review if you like this kind of review. If you want to see more like this, then please subscribe and put a like to the channel. Then I can do a review for you every week, so that you know the direction of the market and how to position yourself for trades. With that, I say have a wonderful day, a great week ahead. Peace out to you.